First thing, the town board and the supervisor, those salaries are already fixed. They're fixed by notice of the public hearing. They essentially, upon budget adoption, become fixed salaries for the fiscal year. If any board members have any questions, they certainly can ask counsel about it. But that's the law.
Yeah, I don't believe that's true. I believe that we could not exceed the budgeted amount, but at organization we would set the salary at whatever level we chose below that, assuming we weren't reducing it from the current level to a point that would be considered trying to drive somebody out of office.
That's the excerpt out of the town law manual.
Okay.
Okay.
That's my understanding of the rule.
Yeah, the town law manual does cover aspects of increasing salary and so on, and then it states fixing from time to time, but that refers to the non-elected official salaries. The official salaries, the town board being the supervisor and the town council, the town clerk, and the highway superintendent, if elected, upon public notice, printed in a newspaper, and adoption of the budget becomes fixed. That's the law. And council will, if anybody has any questions for council.
Well, the only question I have on that then is why did not the council approach us and let us know?
Advise us of that when there was such controversy over this issue.
This information was just verified today with council, and that's what came out.
But we can change it. We can vote to change.
A simple resolution, you can't change it. Simple resolution won't allow you to change it. Again, please ask the counselor. I always do my homework in everything that I do, okay? And quite frankly, the board spent hours upon hours to do this.
Ed, I've heard you. Mark, please
you've heard me, but
weigh
you
in
haven't
on
heard me,
this.
because, Lori, half the time you say things and they're incorrect. And this case here, you told the board, excuse me, this is not public comment, sir. Please, we are talking in the board here.
Everybody in the public when you say these
I understand that,
You are
but
so over
in
the
public
top,
comment,
outrageously
sir, in public comment,
ignoring
you
the
can speak.
public in this.
Okay. Sir, there's no ignoring of the public. The
Oh,
law,
there's plenty of
the
ignoring of the
law
public.
is what is being referenced here, not my opinion. This is the law, okay?
Language
Now- minimums, maximums. If the public hearing notice says up to maximum, then that's subject to modification. If it's specifically listed as a dollar figure, the adoption of the budget fixes the salaries of the elected officials that I mentioned.
Not to get that granular with it. I don't have the book in front of me. I'm just concerned now perhaps we're getting into technicalities of what the minutes said. Now, I know we approved the minutes. To me, they, with all deference to June, they look like, and it probably was the tone of the meeting, but a misunderstanding by the board what we were doing. I was under the assumption we were setting a budget for all of these positions, and that come organizational meeting, we would set the actual salary within guidelines.
You know, the only thing I want to say here is I'm sure the people that are here and everybody out in TV land and the board, I just can't believe this. I can't believe that here we are on this night.
Yeah.
I wrote a letter, and yes, I changed my opinion of this salary raise. And I can't believe that here we are on the night, and Supervisor Magryta, you're saying that you researched. Did you know about this before tonight?
Of course
I
it did.
got preliminary information on Tuesday, and then more verification, and spoke with council today.
Well,
How
come the board wasn't addressed?
There was no meeting of the board between Tuesday and now. And quite frankly, this is a matter of the law, and the law needed to be looked at in complete accuracy.
Again,
This is a matter of sneakiness.
Again, I cannot. Ed,
Council was-
Ed, please. I'm speaking, and I haven't said much tonight. Because I got to tell you, I'm pretty burned up about this right now because I can't believe that again here we are, and we talk about mistakes in the past, okay? And here we are, okay, with this happening on this night, And I don't think there's a person on this board 7 days ago, honestly now, that didn't think that tonight's going to be the decision on this. There's not a resident in the community that knew this. And all of a sudden, here we are on this night, and we find out that this can't happen. I just think that's unbelievable. And we talk about mistakes in the past. Well, I got to tell you something. I don't know. I think twice on that.
Well,
Because
what's the-
mistakes are still happening
I'm
here.
disappointed in
I don't understand.
What's
council
the
for not
mistake
telling
here?
us.
What's the
This is something that should have been said after we even did the budget.
Well,
Somebody should have brought this forward and said, hey, listen, guys, I got to let you know that if you vote on this, this is solid now. This is the way it's going to be. And I don't think, Ed, I
Who
don't,
should have known that?
The council should have known that.
Yeah,
this should have been known.
because I asked
Ed,
about the salary
this
schedule
should have been
specifically.
known. This should have been known months ago.
Merv, what's to stop you from researching before you decided to say what you said?
Ed, I'm
What
not-
stopped you?
Ed, I'm not an attorney. I'm not an attorney to go back way into this.
I'm telling you, I read the rule book, and if I didn't have an attorney telling me here and not having the rule book in my hand, I would
Well,
swear that
Again,
this is not
again,
correct.
this book is a guide.
And
This
he-
is not a law manual.
All right.
This is a guide, okay?
Well, it's the town
All right.
law
Yeah, but it's put
manual.
out by the Association of
All right,
Towns.
so how much further do you
expect
expense Councilman Livesey or myself to investigate that point? I mean, I thought, to me, it's
And I
pretty clear cut in that book, and
And I
amazed.
specifically
I
said,
mean,
I didn't read it that way, and that's why I further
all right,
looked into
okay.
it.
and I specifically said that night that we are not adopting the salary schedules, and council didn't correct me.
Books right here. It's like the Bible that the council carries, and everybody looks into it, and everybody knows what it says. But again, I think it's just it's upsetting now that here we are on the night of this here, and boom, new information
Well,
comes
it's-
out.
it's better
Yeah,
than
it's just
the night of
unbelievable,
than
Ed.
after,
It's
and
just
we would have made
unbelievable.
and we would have made
It's
errors
just
after the fact.
unbelievable. It's
And
unbelievable.
I would just say also that, quite
Unbelievable.
frankly, my recollection, which isn't too great, is that I called Association of Towns on this a couple of months ago. Okay, so, and, you know,
I tell you
that's
what,
not what I was told
I wanna
there.
make
Because it is a straightforward that on this day, I, Councilwoman Tautel, would like to introduce local law number 1 of 2011 to repeal the budgeted for salaries of $30,000 from the supervisor and $8,000 for the council member to be reduced to the 2010 rate of $15,000 and $4,000 respectively.
I make a motion that we set the councilperson's salary at $4,000 a year.
Are you
Okay.
doing a separate motion?
I'm doing them separately.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Okay. 4-1-1. One abstention.
I'll make a motion that we set the supervisor's salary at $15,000 a year.
Second.
Okay, hold on. Hetzel, Tautel. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed?
Nay.
Okay, 3-1-1. Correction on the earlier one, it's 3-1-1.
Now, why are you abstaining?
Because from what I've read, the law is pretty clear that the salaries are adopted already. And so I'm not voting on something that I know has already been adopted.
That sort of doesn't make sense to me, though, Ed. I mean,
I made
you
my...
should be voting on this.
I made
mean,
my point because
well,
I
you should,
believe
you
what
should
I've
be,
read.
you should be voting on it.
Well,
To abstain from it
You can
is,
agree to disagree, but,
well, I'll disagree.
okay.
You should be voting
That's
on it.
noted. Thank you.
It just doesn't sound right. You're now abstaining from it.